Last year, I ran the New York City Marathon. Just another race, I thought. That was my 14th overall. So just another marathon build, just another race, just like the other 13. But the New York City Marathon is actually quite different from any other race. It is very, very loud. It can be quite chaotic, just like the city itself. But it can also be quite emotional. And right there, somewhere, right in the middle of all of this chaos, you just realize that, wow, I am actually part of this legendary race. Now, I'm not the first in my family to have run the New York City Marathon. My father has gone there before me, so has my brother and my aunt and my uncle. And here on this slide, my grandfather, Otto. Now, we were quite close when I grew up, and somehow in the middle of this, when I came towards the finish of this race, I started to think about my granddad that ran there before me back in 2001. And as I passed through the last few kilometers of Central Park, I thought about him and what the race must have meant to him back in his days. And as I finished the race, my mind wandered from everyone that had supported me to help me to get to the start line, as well as thinking about my grandfather and all my other family members that had finished this race before me. When I crossed that finish line, there was another runner there, pretty much similar age to me. He was standing there crying, so I walked up and had a little chat. He said he was running for his mom that had just passed away. And I told him about my granddad that has also since passed away, and thinking of him finishing the race, thinking about everyone that supported me to get to the start line. And I also got a bit overwhelmed by emotions, and then we sort of stood there for a bit, hugging and crying. And that's the only time that's actually happened to me after a running race. And in many ways, that was just part of a whole range of beautiful moments and support that allowed me to be at the start line and to finish this legendary race. And I'm feeling just enormous amount of gratitude and privilege for being in a position to be able to do this. And it wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for the enormous support that I received from my family and also all my friends in my running clubs in Melbourne, as well as my dear colleagues at RMIT University that made me these lovely cupcakes and had a fundraising event for me. So I'd just like to extend a massive thank you to everyone that supported me in raising money and awareness for the End Fund for the New York City Marathon. Now, as a little update on that, as you may recall, the money that many of you helped me raise went went towards deworming and trachoma treatment in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And the efforts, thanks to our fundraising, has led to this particular country to continue to be on the trajectory to completely eliminate these diseases by 2030. Now, the End Fund has also been involved in similar initiatives in other countries, and many countries have already completely eradicated these diseases. And thanks to our effort, Congo is still on the right track. So I think it's pretty amazing that we've seen that it had tangible benefits and that it matters, the effort that we did around New York City Marathon. So I guess after finishing it, I was sort of thinking, okay, well, then what's next? And I was thinking, can we achieve something more through this simplest sport in the world? And can we use the power of running to continue to make a difference in the world? So at New York, raising funds was part of the journey. It's part of what I had to do to get to the start line. But it did have a lingering impact on me because we saw that it made an actual real difference. So I was wondering, what else can we do next? I was then considering running the Sydney Marathon in August this year. And I came across an opportunity to run for charity again through the Indigenous Marathon Foundation. And as I was reading about this particular charity, it just made sense and I felt that I just had to seize this opportunity. The Indigenous Marathon Foundation is a charity that is focused on delivering running and physical literacy programs to Indigenous people to address the unacceptable health gap that exists between Australians' Indigenous population and the general non-Indigenous Australians. So in short, the Indigenous Marathon Foundation is directly using the sport that I love to deliver better health outcomes for underprivileged Indigenous populations. One of their flagship programs is called the Indigenous Marathon Project. And guess what? Part of that program is to train people to become marathon runners and give them an opportunity to run in the New York City Marathon. So I hope that you will join me on my journey to Sydney. There is a QR code on this slide that links you directly to my fundraising page where you can follow my training and also make a small donation. And if you're Australian, of course, your donation is 100% tax deductible. Thank you for listening.